Okay, I'm going to try some unscripted professional development, and I'm going to try and get through this pretty quickly. So you'll either have to rewind and listen to it again if you missed something, or slow it down, or maybe contact me if you have questions. But I'd rather do a 10-minute video than 20. So I'm in my Google Drive folder online. We're pretty much used to using Google Docs and Google Drive files online. But what I'd like to show is how we can upload our Microsoft Office documents and not have them convert automatically, because that's a little bit of a stigma. I know that, we're a little bit worried about our Microsoft Office documents. I've got a couple right here converting and getting mucked up as we upload them to Google Drive. So the first thing I'm going to do is, here I am in Google Drive. I'm going to go to the settings, and I'm going to make sure that convert uploads is not checked. So again, I'm going to go to my settings, convert uploads not checked. That way, anytime I upload a document, it does not automatically convert it. I have to actually ask it to convert. And so what I can do now is I can upload or drag and drop a Microsoft Office document. It won't convert it. I can then download it. It'll remain a Microsoft Office document. I can preview it. I can even open it up in Google Docs if I want to. And then you can actually, at that point, well, it's not opening now, but you could ask it to convert to a Google Doc. There we go. And so now it's converted it because I opened it with Google Docs. And it actually did a fairly decent job of converting it. Just some headings might need to be changed, or maybe some tab spacing or something like that. And so now I have two different versions of that file. You can see the icon is different and the extension. Okay, so that's just a simple example of not converting your files. The next thing I want to show is how to work what I like to call device agnostic. That means I can work on a Windows machine and leave the Windows machine at work. I can go home and I can work on another Windows machine or a Chromebook or a Mac, and my files will travel with me. I don't have to email them to myself or anything. I have two computers open right now. I have a Mac and I have a Windows machine. I'm going to start on the Windows machine. I think the majority of us have Windows. I'm in Windows 10. And I'm going to go to Google Drive. This is the same Google Drive folder I had open on the Mac. So we can see all my stuff is the same as it is on the Mac. But what I'm going to do is a little bit different. Right now, this machine, this computer, does not have any other files on it for my teaching purposes. And I need to make sure that I can get my teaching files on this computer. So this is a Windows folder. My computer window, or a this PC window, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to show you the coolest tool that's come out from Google in a long time, and that's Google Drive File Stream. So if we click on the little cogwheel, our settings icon, and instead of going to settings, I'm going to click on Get Drive File Stream for Windows. What that will do is it links me to this document that shows me that I can uninstall the old Google Drive. So you may have had a tool that synchronizes with Google Drive. That's an older one. We don't want that anymore. I want to download and install Drive File Stream. So I'm on a Windows machine, so I would select Download for Windows, and I will install it. It's just like any other Windows install or any other Mac install. And my installation is complete, so I'll click Close. It's going to run automatically in the background, and it's going to load every time we log into Windows now. I'll get a new icon down by my clock called Google Drive File Stream, and it should eventually ask me to log in. Let me minimize my windows here. So here's the window asking me to log in. So now what I've done is I've logged into this little tool in the bottom right-hand corner, this Drive File Stream. It's going to sit in the background, and it is going to synchronize all of my files between the internet and this Windows computer. Just skip through the intro that they give you, little animations. What I'm going to end up getting is a new drive on my computer. So I'm used to seeing a C drive. Now I get a G drive. And that G drive is a direct link to the files on my computer in Google Drive. So on the left is a Chrome window showing the files online. On the right is an actual My Computer window showing the files virtually in my G drive on the computer. So I'm going to drag and drop my Teaching with Tech G slides file into my important files folder here on the Windows computer. And I'm going to go over here onto the left in Chrome, and I'm going to move the sample document that I had into temporary files folder. And what we're going to eventually see is both of those files will synchronize between the internet and the computer via the tool down here in the corner. There we go, it's spinning and it's synchronizing, and now my files have moved from the computer. The internet, the browser website, does not update as often as the computer, and so while this file has been moved via the computer, the website hasn't caught up. I'm just going to refresh my website and we'll see that in fact the file has been moved. Furthermore, if I have files on the drive already, so there were already 2 files in my important files folder, if I go to that folder on the computer, I'll see that those files are here as well. I can rename them, I can use them. If I use them, if I edit this text-based file here, let me just open it in Notepad, and what I'll do is I'll delete pretty much all of the code and I'll save it on my computer. So that's been saved. It is synchronizing. It synchronizes with the version on the internet. And so when I open the version on the internet, you'll see that that code has been adjusted and it has been deleted in that file. So now what does this allow me to do? Well, it allows me to work directly on files on my computer instead of through Google Drive, instead of downloading and uploading and downloading and uploading. So let's go to the Mac computer. This is the computer where I have most of my teaching files. So I've got this ICS3U folder for my computer science class. I've got some Smart Notebook files here. And I would really like these to be alive and well on both computers, both of these folders. So what I'll do is I'll run Drive File Stream. Now I've already got it installed. I'll log in. Because it's the first time that I've run the program on this Mac, even though I already had it installed. Get the same animation. And now I have a drive on my Mac, even shows up on the desktop, Google Drive, that contains my files. So what I can do, and I shouldn't have closed that other folder, but what I can do is I can take my ICS3U folder and my Smart Notebook files, and I can move them into this Google Drive folder, or copy them if you want to keep them safe for now. It will synchronize them and upload them to the internet. So we see these progress bars. That's the Mac version of Drive File Stream telling you which files have been uploaded and which haven't. We'll see them upload in real time. We'll see the folders get added to my Google Drive. So I've got my ICS3U folder here that is currently updating. And if I switch over to the computer, the PC computer that is, the Windows machine, I will see the same thing. I'll see the files updating in not only the browser, but also on the computer. One important note is that these files don't actually live directly on the computer. They're held in what's called a cache. And if you lose your internet connection, you won't be able to edit them. So my ICS3U files are really important to me. A lot of them are offline-based files, like a Microsoft Office document. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have these files available to me offline in case the internet goes down. There is an option for that. If I right-click, I can select Drive File Stream Available Offline. That will synchronize the files directly to the computer, making them available to me should my internet drop. On the Mac, I can do the exact same process. I can right-click on my ICS3U folder, Drive File Stream, Available Offline, and now both of those will be available offline on those respective computers. Once I get back on the internet, any changes made to those documents or files will synchronize to the other. So if I take my sample code document here and I rename it to sample document instead of sample code, that will synchronize. If I was offline, it would synchronize the next time I'm online. And so if I go over here to my ICS3U folder on the Windows machine, I will eventually see this document get renamed to sample document instead of sample code. It is at the behest of the internet and of course the updating that occurs through the synchronization tool Drive File Stream right here. And there it is, sample document. It's been updated. Now those Smart Notebook files that I had, they're available to me. I can edit them on the Mac. I can save them in this direct location as if I was working on a local file. It will save those changes, upload them to Google Drive. My Windows machine will download those changes, and I'll have those changes directly on this machine as well. I no longer have to carry a laptop home to do my work. I have a computer at home, computer at work, and I can do anything I want in both locations. Not only that, Google Drive is not converting any of my documents. I have full control, and I can work with whatever software I want. Thanks for watching. I hope it was informative. I also hope it wasn't too fast. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me.